Thank you everyone for coming today. Thanks to AWS for inviting us to this event. We are definitely very excited and excited to see such interest here today. It's a good segue following Bill here. Many of you probably know Symantec for its prominence in the security. I happen to be from the enterprise software group. I'm a product manager for NetBackup. John mentioned one of the integrations that we have now with our latest release. So it's a great segue into the fact of talking about the enterprise and our experience with the cloud, our exciting new integration with AWS and Amazon S3. So get started. Give you a little background on myself. I have 20 plus years in the computer industry. First half was here in New York. I actually worked for a large investment bank in the enterprise technology area, so information technology for that, offering all these sort of things that are now coming into the cloud. So storage, compute, data center space, security, all of those different things, systems monitoring. So I'm going to talk about it and why Symantec is confident in the cloud and why we think it's going to be a great thing for us all around. The cloud success drivers out there, talk about cloud backup, archive and recovery, also about Symantec and cloud storage, and also backup with AWS. So in our experience in Symantec working with and getting the perspective on the cloud, we come down to this simple way to explain it. So there's sort of three levels you can do things. You can consume, you can build, or you can extend. So those three basic things. So consuming cloud services, it helps you more easily do things, transform the complexity to simplicity out there. Having been, in enterprise technology for information technology of a large bank, multinational, the complexity of it all was difficult. So consuming a cloud service will help you simplify a lot of those things, and as they always said, focus on our core competencies out there. So the other side of it would be build cloud services. In speaking about consuming cloud services, of course, this is big with AWS, but also there's going to be some aspects of that for our particular Symantec software out there with a big focus on doing that to enable you to completely put those services up in the cloud and consume those for data protection in our case. Build cloud services. So you want to deliver a highly agile, highly reliable IT service out there. So exactly what Amazon has done out there. So with AWS. So we the great news for Symantec is we can help facilitate all of these things, both consume, build, and extend as far as the cloud adoption models go. So in this case, building cloud services, it could be building those things that are available on a public cloud out there. It could also be, companies who are interested in building their own private cloud out there. And as far as the other adoption models, extend into cloud services. Something, one of the integrations I'll talk about today is how we integrate with Amazon S3 and our integration with that. So you've got your on-premise capabilities, but you want to extend that to out into the cloud and to be able to use that in different functionality, either for your regional type offices or maybe to leverage some disaster recovery capabilities out there. So some of the examples of the cloud perspectives out there, you could be using email archiving in the cloud, use backup in the cloud in there, the different scenarios of consuming cloud services. Building cloud services, obviously you could do the data protection and archiving, completely in the cloud in that case. And then also on the extend, so you want to integrate with public cloud storage, exactly what I'll talk about a little bit later in one of our exciting new capabilities with our latest release. I'm going to talk about backup, archive, and recovery. So here, the left-hand side, we're talking about it, you can see the fact that on-site tape is declining, quite a bit there. It shows the red, minus 33%, but the off-site third-party service provider storage, either as SaaS or in the cloud, you can see is growing quite a bit. You can also see that on the right-hand, the IDC numbers there, where they show the amount. That's in millions of dollars, the market growth there. So you can see it's growing up. In just a few years, it's doubling already. So sort of reinforcing what you've seen on the left-hand side. The on-site tape, we can see that in a big way. A lot of folks are now getting away from that. It's difficult. You've heard the tape handling stories. There's, the tape may be cheaper, but there's a lot more cost in handling it. There's the case of and chance of losing it out there that you've heard those high-profile cases of. This is something that our product marketing manager sent me and included in here. He found the Amazon S3 growth out there. We were just astounded with the numbers there. So talking about the enterprise, like, the far right-hand side shows that in Q1 2012, and maybe some of the AWS folks might even have this information in a presentation later, but it's really amazing that this is in billions of objects stored out there. So in Q1 2012, they've almost gotten to 1 trillion, objects stored out there. So, and the other thing, talking about scale, is the peak requests out there, 650,000 per second. So, talking about scale, that's just phenomenal. So, you are probably painfully aware of the challenges of on-premise data protection. So, the problems that we hear from our customers, capital expenses, ongoing operational expenses, the, effectively protecting, the edge data out there. The regional offices are always difficult. That's always a challenge with the large retail companies we work for, whatever industry they happen to be in. The off-site copies is always challenging and fun, especially in those regional offices. So, and in many other locations throughout the country or world, depending on the nature of the business. Keeping pace with the technology, that's always challenging. That's the fun part for those of us in technology, but that is pretty daunting now because everyone's trying to do more with less and keep things under control budget-wise. And then, of course, as Bill talked a lot about, all those compliance things, the requirements, to meet SLAs, the security, the SOX, all of those different things. It's just really challenging, but encouraging to see that AWS has that all under control for you. So these numbers might be a little bit old. I think the actual dollars per month are probably from a year ago, so they may be quite a bit different. But talking about data size and bandwidth and how to manage things out there. So this is one of your considerations out there when you're doing the backup to the cloud, for instance. You've got to be cognizant of what the throughput is and how much you could actually get to the cloud, on a daily basis. There'll be some challenges if you've got 20 terabytes or more of data that you need to get up to the cloud. Even if you're pumping it out across the T3, for instance, it would take you something like 40 days to do so. So, these are the considerations you have to go through. So, when are we seeing our customers interested in moving the data to the cloud, and for what reasons? So, remote sites, as I mentioned, is a big one. That makes it a lot easier. It gives them the capability. Maybe they don't have the bandwidth between the remote sites and the central data centers. So, secondary copies of backup data, get that stuff off-site for the disaster recovery. Older data, You know, you're not doing restores for stuff older than 30 days, tape risk replacement, you've seen that, data exceeding local cache, you know, so supporting business continuance and disaster recovery plans. So server, you know, Catalyst events out there, server and desktop virtualization deployments, so Windows upgrades, all sorts of things going on. Symantec and cloud storage. So showing you some of the capabilities across Symantec out there, the data protection in the cloud. We have everything from appliances to our software to now, as you heard, the Amazon S3 offering with integration with our backups so that you can send your backups to the cloud. So what about backup with AWS? So success factors, they make sense. It should be integrated, seamless, easily controlled, performant, and cost effective. So those are all things that make natural consideration of what you want to do. So the enablement of the storage in the cloud, other functionality once it's stored in the cloud. So you've got it there, you can do some other interesting things. Our Symantec, cloud offering has 14 pre-integrated, applications within the cloud. So you can do different things there with it, you know, archiving, discovery, all those sort of fun things. Protecting the cloud. So, you know, whether it's private, you know, storage as a service or infrastructure as a service, those sort of things. The delivering backup as a service. So this would be the case of being able to have that all within, you know, the AWS services out there. So you'd be able to have your entire data protection suite out there as within the cloud. So you don't have to figure out, you know, how do we scale it, how do we set it up, you know, what do we buy, configure, how do we upgrade the software. You can get rid of all of those sort of tasks. Seamless cloud storage configuration. So right within NetBackup, those of you familiar with it, you can go out, you can configure your cloud storage right here from a simple wizard. You can easily choose the Amazon S3, the simple storage service out there. You can set it up then. We've got integration of our key management system, KMS, for us, so you can have it encrypted before it gets sent out to the cloud out there with AES 256 encryption you can see up there. You can do cloud throttling with our plugin that sends your backup information to the cloud. Performance. One of the new features of our recent NetBackup 7.5 release that just came out is Accelerator, so that's now supported to the cloud. That can take a whole session in itself to talk about, but what Accelerator is to be able to take those critical and long-running full backups and more intelligently send just what was changed. So it more efficiently does it, and we've seen backups changed remotely from China to our engineering facility here in the U.S. changed from a 4-hour and 18-minute backup down to a 1 minute and 33 seconds. So that's some very cool stuff. Cloud metering plugin. So within our reporting capability, which I'll show you next, you can report on how much you're sending up to the cloud, break it up and down by all the different systems that you have out there. So that's included right with our NetBackup offering. You can see here's a quick look at some of the reports, canned reports that are available there to do so. Here's one of the things that's obviously coming. I talked about Accelerator, which will take just your changed information and send it up to the cloud. So it's more efficiently doing that. Also, to go along with that, coming up in our future releases and within our appliances, the ability to send, deduplicate and only send the unique information to the cloud across your entire environment that you're protecting. So you can do it here as sending it as a pass-through version right to the cloud, right to AWS S3, or you can do it as a version to keep an on-site copy for fast restores, or send it up and send a second copy up to the cloud to get it off-site. So, in summary, cloud storage, so it's becoming a viable alternative for the enterprises. A lot of the stuff that Bill went over, and us being a security company, was excellent stuff to hear. We hear from all of our customers about this security of it all, the storage, and being able to have confidence in the fact that it is safe, reliable, and secure there. The success, as we talked about, integrated approach to doing it, so it's really easy. I went through the wizard very quickly and the admin GUI to do that, to set it up. You just do that one time, and from that point on, you could be sending your backups off to the Amazon S3 storage. Seamless use, as we talked about, controlled deployments, performance, and cost are all important factors in that. And those are definitely things that are really turning up to be very good in the current offerings. So Symantec and AWS, as we said here, are working together to bring cloud storage to the enterprise. So look, for those of you who are Net Backup customers, I will be around here for lunch and also out in the Partner Expo and networking later on, so you can definitely come up to me and ask me some more in-depth questions. I know I just covered it in sort of higher level detail. And thank you all.